How do you break that one down, Sheldon? You guys get the lead, give it up, and then get it back.
Yeah, I'm obviously disappointed once again that we give up the lead. I mean, that's something that's obviously not what we want, and we've got to do a better job of that, clearly. Like the fact that we just kept playing and found a way to win the game. I mean, we made big plays, big play to tie the game, big play to, on the power play by Mitch there to get us the lead. I thought once we had the lead there in the third period, I liked a lot about how we played from that point on. Particularly the last probably 8 minutes or so, something like that. I thought we did a really good job in the neutral zone, and I don't know that we gave up a scoring chance really from that point on. So, like that part of it, when it was time to dig in there. Obviously, right now what we're trying to fix is having that level of commitment and discipline in the second period when we have those leads, and it's more challenging in the second period. There's a lot of game left. You're still trying to establish the game. The game itself is more wide open with the nature of the long changes and stuff like that. But that's an area of focus for us going forward for sure. But in both nights here, playing the back-to-back here and having to come back in the game in the third period, it's a good job by our group.
Is it encouraging for you that there is a lot of hockey left, Sheldon, to get to that level that you're seeking from start to finish, and not just the Spurs?
Yeah. I mean, it's a long season, right? I mean, we different things pop up at different times that it's become trends, and you want to sort of plug one hole over here, and then usually something else kind of pops up. So we're looking to plug as many of these holes as we can. But like I said, I like the fact that our team, once again, in that situation, just calmly gathered itself and won a hockey game.
Mitch was saying that there's always a sense of belief that you're going to come back even when you blow a lead in a game. Do you feel the same way as the coach? Like, do you always feel like you guys can respond that way?
Well, I mean, it's no secret who we have on our bench, right? I mean, we have weapons that if the game's in striking distance, that we have difference makers, So that gives us reason for belief. We also believe we can go out and establish our game early in games and gain control, which we have done a lot this season. And so if you're going to be that team, then you got to be the team that can manage the game from that point, and not let teams come back and get life and feel good about themselves and all of that. But, there's no doubt we believe we can win any type of game, no matter what the score is or what's happening. We've got a good group, a deep group, and we've got game breakers.
When you score as often as Austin does, and then he scores that second goal tonight, can you sort of take that away from it as like that's a highlight kind of, that's going to be one of those things you're going to show 10 years from now when you're showing highlights of his career? How do you look at a goal like that?
I mean, I as a coach look at it probably one or two steps before. I think his line mates made some good plays to keep pucks alive and win a loose puck, and then he gets a good space, and it's a great finish. It's a no doubter type of finish. I think we're at the point where it's hard to be surprised by what Austin does. With as many goals as he scored and the type of goals that he scored, and at the time of game. It's he's a special player. Obviously, we're lucky to have him as part of our group, and it's great to see him succeed the way that he has. He puts high expectations on himself to be a difference maker, and clearly he's been that.
Jack's team tonight,
That was a tough game to play for Jack tonight, and we made it tough on him. It's first goal's a tough one. It kind of hits a skate and bounces to a guy. He didn't really see it. The second and third ones are on the rush, backdoor type stuff. So, I think once again we got beat back to our net, didn't block a shot, didn't box out, and the fourth goal gets tipped. So, that's not good enough on our part. But I thought at times when there's clear shots, times when our guys did do a good job around him, I thought he was really good in those areas, and that's what we need from him. I think we've come to expect with Jack having the ability to make game-changing type saves. He had done that earlier, but he'll get back to that. But we've got we got to do a better job on those goals, particularly the ones in the second period.
Is it just going back to work defensively in terms of some of those lingering issues, like in front of the net?
Yeah, I mean, I thought in both games, yesterday and today, I thought we did a better job in front of our net. This team here today, I mean, they've struggled to get results this season, but I mean, that's a good team over there. They play hard. Hack has them playing hard. They're playing structured. It's one of the top defensive teams in the NHL. You look at a lot of their stats, and they don't give up very much as a group. And then offensively, they capitalize and they spend time in their zone, in your zone, and they get moving. They get pucks delivered to the net. So it presents some challenges. So I thought we did a better job today, but you crack for a second, and all of a sudden a guy gets to the net and the puck gets free. So there's little pieces there. Yeah, for us to be the team we want to be, we need to be more consistent in that area. We can't crack there. So I think we've done a better job. Again, the shorthanded goal and the second goal there that they scored off the rush in the second period. Those notwithstanding, once again, I thought we did a really good job against the rush again today. Not a whole lot of stuff happening where they're getting in behind us, but it's not perfect. We're trying to get as close to perfect as we can be, and we want to continue to work at that.
What's the situation with Jason Spezza?
Just a healthy scratch today. Just thought it was a good opportunity for us to give him a night off with Kasha being available today. Wanted to get him back in today, and then I think Nick Robertson's done a good job and has earned an opportunity to stay in the lineup. So just made sense to give Spez the day here today.
Austin's always going to get his goals, but the fact that he was in the position to get the empty netter at the end of the game is a goal. Is that another indication of the evolution in his game?
I mean, that's been there. I think that's been there as long as I've been here, at least. I think that's an automatic. I mean, he's a good defensive player for us and knows what's at stake. He's always a staple, whether it's he or John. We always have them out there with the goalie out. David Camp's presence with us here now has given us another option, but I don't hesitate to put him in any situation.
Well, you're pretty locked in before the game. When you're watching the ceremony for Wayne, does anything resonate with you?
Just what you can't help but to feel a connection to that journey. I mean, his family's out there, and you're watching the video, and you're just kind of seeing that journey. You're seeing the impact that he's made in the community here. You just can't help but feel the pride that he has to be a Maple Leaf here at this point in his career. That's what really touched me watching that. As a special moment. It's hard to play in this league. It's hard to make this league. Hard to play one game, and let alone get to 1,000. And then, like we've talked about, he's not many easy games for Wayne Simmons, and it hasn't been an easy journey. So for him to have that moment out there with his family and his young kids, it was terrific.